Hi, Sydney.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing fine and you?
I'm doing
Nice,
good.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you for having me.
No, thank you for having the time to talk to me and to talk about our holiday story, which is really cute. And
Yes.
there's something that I relate to on the movie when your boyfriend meets the parents. That happened to me because I met my husband's parents without him. Oh,
Oh
that's
my gosh.
that's a real
Yeah,
story.
it's stressful. That is so stressful.
Yes,
So
it
this is
is.
it kind of was your story. Did you have to stay with them as long as he has to stay with them?
No, the thing is, because we met here in the US, we are both from Brazil. But when I went to Brazil to be with my parents, he told me, you should meet my parents. I was like, oh my God. So we drove to his parents' house. And
Mhm.
then I met his parents over there. And then my husband met my father 2 days before our wedding. For you to crazy story, but this is not about me. This is about you and
No,
your.
but that's funny because that's the plot of the movie.
Yes, exactly, exactly. I was like, oh my God, how funny is that? How funny is that? So when you read the script, what attracted you to your, especially to your character?
Well, yeah, I'd always wanted to be a part of the Hallmark world and be part of a Hallmark Christmas film. So that was the first thing. And then after reading the script and seeing the character, I really related to her in so many ways. And that time jump I get to play was really fun. And the fact that the 16-year-old version of her thinks she has everything figured out and she knows exactly how the next, 10 years of her life is going to look to her. And then she is an adult and she's going through the same thing her parents went through in a way, and it doesn't look exactly how she thought. And so it was just a really fun storyline to play, and then fun to play the two different versions of her and experiment with how do you play a 10-year time jump.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's one of the things that I love about the Hallmark movies because there's always a story that someone can relate to. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like this time around was with me and with you, and then this is one of the things that I love it. And who doesn't love those stories? I think it's so. We talk about like movies to a lot of movies that you need to think about, or a lot of action, a lot of like big budgets, but those are the ones that fulfill my heart a lot.
I know, I feel the same way because it is relatable in many ways. You found something that you related to right off the bat. Within the very first scene, there's something to relate to. But then all along the way, just the awkwardness of finding your footing in a relationship and the act of finding something new and starting over in a sense, that all those things were relatable to me, and my character kind of, you know I got to play my age in it, in the older version of myself, and running around, going from work and trying to make it places on time, and then not quite knowing if what's in front of you is what you want for the rest of your life. It's just a very, I think everybody goes through that to a certain extent. We question things along the way. Um, and so
Yeah,
this movie, because it teaches it, the message I took away from it was just to let things be a little bit more. Joanna definitely has to let things be and see how they turn out.
exactly. And let's talk a little bit about the set. How was like work with the director, Jason? Jason Burkey. I think I'm saying his last name correctly. How was work with him?
Yeah, Jason was great. He has been directing forever, and so I've seen his name on so many auditions and so many projects that my friends have been on. So I've always wanted the opportunity to work with him. And once I got to Kelowna, which is where we were filming, he called every cast member and made sure that we all felt comfortable. And I'd watched one of his previous movies so I could see what his style was. But there was really no adjustment period. He just was so calm and very supportive and collaborative the whole time. So there was no, okay, we need to find our way in a couple scenes. It's just from the very start, he was amazing to work with, and I would love to work with him so many more times.
That's great. That's great. And you also have Warren and Nikki.
Mhm.
Especially Nikki, she's such an amazing actress. And I was like work with them. It's dynamic on set as well.
Yeah, Warren and Nikki are just true professionals. I was really inspired by both of them and the way they were so kind to everybody and really commanded they had such a large presence on set because they were the leads and they knew what that meant and they showed up and had all of their work done beforehand. They and were just so prepared. So watching them work was really truly inspiring. And I said that to Nikki at the end. When you're leaving a set, you're all saying goodbye to each other. But I thanked her for being so professional and setting the tone for everybody. She was so kind to every single person and would make announcements to all of the background that was there, coming and giving their time, all of the crew and the cast, and it was a wonderful experience working with both of them.
Amazing. You've been doing amazing like projects, not just the Hallmark ones, but you did some assembly require years ago, almost 10 years ago, let's say. Pretty much.
Mhm.
Yeah, it started in 2014, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you see time flies. And then you have Pillow Talk and among others. When you like looking for a project, what type of roles are you looking for? Like or projects that you're looking for?
I am always looking for something new and something challenging, and I feel like projects find you in a perfect moment. I think it's more that you make it perfect, but every project that has come to me in the past 12 years has been perfect for the moment in one way or another. I've always loved comedy. I've always loved rom-com, so anytime I get a chance to do that, it's so fun and light, and it's a really wonderful place to be just in life. Um, but I really do look for a challenge. And so this year I've gotten an opportunity to work on a couple darker projects with characters in a completely different state of mind and a different place in the world. And that has been really fun because it's something you go into it not knowing if you can embody this person and then you find a way to. So I like something that takes me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. And are you planning in direct anything anytime soon again?
Yes. Yeah, well, the last project I did, Sawtooth Mountain, I got to produce on and was so grateful for that experience. And then I have plans to direct next year. I've written
Okay.
next and I've co-written a project. And so I'm something I'm very, very interested in and very drawn to.
Okay, that's great. I'm not gonna ask because sometimes you guys don't want to talk about, and I respect that because you guys wanna. But I think it's amazing. Like you were able you wanted to direct stuff. You know what I mean? Sometimes people just want to focus on acting, and you also wanted to direct and everything. That's so much fun.
Yeah, I just like being behind the camera as well and seeing the whole process unfold and being part of that and having a say in different aspects of what's going on
Yeah, and
throughout the
yeah,
process.
yes. And what do you see like the female directors and behind the cameras, not just directors, like every woman behind the cameras. Did you see a change on the I know you're young, but did you see a change on the let's say the last 10 years that you been working on the
I
business?
think from an industry standpoint, I've seen a change, kind of sitting in the audience side of things. Um, I've been very fortunate that I've always seen females in very key creative roles on every project that I've worked on. And that ebbs and flows. Sometimes there's more, sometimes there's less. But starting from some assembly, which was my first job, we had female directors, female producers. A lot of the lead producers were female. Our writers room was diverse in that sense. And so I've been fortunate to see firsthand a lot of females in creative roles, but from an outside lens looking in, I've seen it evolve more over the past 10 years as I've been paying more attention. And there's really a push for more female key creatives to get to that equitable place of 50-50.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we get there because we have such, and I think we have a different take. Not that it different take from some stories, especially when we were talking about a female experience and female characters. We know what we're talking about, so that we should keep doing it.
Yeah, when it is a female story, you want to see that told through that lens, or vice versa. So I think getting to the place where everything feels like it is right and right for that moment, right for that project, is the goal for sure.
Sydney, I just want to thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to meet you. I hope I can meet you one day in person. I don't know if you're here in LA, but I'm here in LA, so maybe you can, I don't know, run into each other.
I come to LA every year. I would say a couple times a year, so it would be great to meet in person.
That's good. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
If you like to support or continue to support Jana on Camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos.